I'm Simon Dewsbury, PGA staff professional here at Belmont Country Club. I'm going to introduce my good friend Tyler Catalina, professional footballer. We're going to be working today on his swing with the idea that we're going to begin to transition from a normal golf swing with the potential of moving into the world of professional long drive. Tyler, thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Low exit through impact with your hands. Dead straight.
Yes!
202 ball speed. Tyler, thanks for joining me. Give me a little bit of your background so that we can tell everybody who's watching what's going on.
Yeah, first thing I just want to say, huge fan of your YouTube channel. It's really helped me out with my putting. It's really helped my short game. Being a football player, you got to train year round, so I don't get to spend as much time as I want out here on the golf course to be as good of a golfer as I can. But getting to watch your videos really helps a lot and helps me understand the game a little bit better.
That's great.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a big guy. With your job, you have to be in the gym, you're working out, you've got to be basically a brick wall to stop guys from getting past you.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got strength built in there. We're working on a little bit of technique today. We'll try and build that club head speed up a little bit. Make sure we got center face contact as well. Personally, preference would be slightly above center for this so that we can create the better launch angle, better spin rate, so we can maximize your distance, and we'll get you transitioning into the world of long drive in no time.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get a start. So before we even get started, one of the things we really want to do is just to make sure that we've got the muscles that we're going to be working really activated. With COVID pandemic last year, obviously most of the gyms were shut down. I ended up getting just a little home personalized gym, and with it being portable, the great thing about it is that I can bring it out to the range tee with me. I'm not affiliated with Body Boss Total Workout System, but I will give them a shout out because it's been really good for me throughout the winter period particularly, and all of last year. And although Tyler's a big strong guy and it's probably not really going to be effective for him, having him use this is just going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do which will help to build up your strength and stability in your golf swings. So a really simple one just to start off with is going to be an oblique crunch. So we're just going to have the feet shoulder width apart. We're going to have the hand down the side of our body, and all we're trying to do is we're just going to reach down so the fingertips are down to the knee and come back. And again, as we're doing this, it's slow controlled movement so that we're stretching all down the obliques here, but this side is actually creating a little bit of strength here as it's pulling in. And then we'll reverse and obviously go the other way. So this is actually going to help with not only the core strength, but it's also going to help to get the spine angle tilted where we would want it. So when we get into the golf posture, particularly for the world of long drive, we're leaning this way a little bit more. So this is going to help to build up all the muscles around the core to give you that little bit more stability, a little bit more strength. And if we need to, we can always put the second band on to make it a little stronger for you. So you feel it stretching all the way up there.
Yeah.
And here he's just going to tighten in. Really simple exercise, but it's a really good one, not only for long drive, but for everybody in golf.
And it's important to get both sides, right?
It is. We really need to do, we've got to balance it out. As golfers, we tend to build up one side over the other. When you look at most tour pros, if they're a right-handed golfer, this side of the body tends to sit a little higher because all of the muscles down the left side tend to be a little stronger. So they kind of tilt this way anyway, naturally.
Right.
With you want to be a little bit more balanced, obviously, as a footballer. And we want to try and keep that even balance as best as we can. So we've got to make sure we do work both sides. This one's one of my personal favorites because I have a really weak lower back. It's a good mornings. Really, really simple. We're just going to squat down, throw this over the shoulders. We're going to stand up into it, and then we're just going up and down. So this is going to work your hamstrings. This is going to work into the lower back. We're not trying to bend the knees at this point. We're trying to keep them straight. So as we go down, this is going to stretch out all of here. So these muscles and the hamstrings all down here are going to be really important for maintaining your spine angle during your golf swing. If they're too tight, your hips are going to get pulled underneath you in your golf swing. You're going to have no room to swing. So it's really key that we do stretch them out, and everything that we can do around the lower back is going to help with that core stability.
Absolutely.
Let's bring you in here.
Oh, baby.
There we go. Again, feet just about shoulder width apart. So you're going to feel that right here in the lower back. And as you're coming up, there we go. You're going to feel those hamstrings just stretching out a little bit.
Great stretch. I think I know what my next Christmas present's going to be.
Yeah, we just need about 4 bands for you.
Oh, yeah. Good?
Yeah. So just 2 simple exercises that are going to help to just build around the sides here and into the lower back. Because again, the amount of speed that we're going to be creating, we want to make sure that we're not going to tweak anything and pull any muscles.
Right, absolutely.
So it's really, really important. So if you don't have the luxury of having a workout station like this and you still want to get that exercise with the good mornings in there, just throw a backpack on, throw something that's got a little bit of weight into it. It's not going to be quite as effective because the weight's going to be a little bit lower down into the back as opposed to up on your shoulders, but it's going to achieve the same thing in that we're going to be pushing the weight up and down, so it's going to make us work these lower back muscles and down into the hamstring still. So even if you don't have a workout station of some description, we've got some way of creating that same exercise. Okay, now, like me, I know you've had shoulder surgery. So again, we want to make sure that we're working all around the shoulders. So again, side raises. If we don't have something like this that we can use, grab a couple of bags of sugar or something that's got a little bit of weight to it. But again, it's just going out to the side and back down. Don't know whether this microphone's even going to pick up my shoulder clicking, but 2 surgeries and they still didn't fix that one. But again, it's just going to help to build up everything around the shoulder girdle for us.
Oh yeah.
Definitely too light for you.
Well, you know, if again, like you said, if you're at home,
building into it, it's these muscles, they're pulling up, they're going tighter here, so it's building up everything around there, which in our golf swing, again, we want that stability. So again, with the forces that you're going to be putting onto a golf swing, your arms are going to be traveling away. They're going to be pulling the humerus away from the socket. We don't want to dislocate it.
Right, absolutely. And to your point about if you don't have something that's like this, or you just find something that's a little bit lighter at home, hold at the top, get a little more contraction. I mean, I'm sure you can pick it up on the camera. I'm starting to shake a little bit, even with a little bit of weight.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, throw them down.
Overhead triceps.
Overhead triceps. I hate this one. So I like tricep pull downs.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Easy.
Yeah. So this one going over behind us, pulling up. You can see I'm really weak right now. It's just one band, but this is the tricep extension from overhead.
Now, what's the importance of a tricep extension in a golf swing?
Well, you've got slow twitch muscles and you have fast twitch. So the slow twitch muscles are going to be the big ones. They're going to be your calves and your thighs and all the core muscles. They're going to give us the stability. Working into the arms and around the shoulders and into the arms and the hands, there are fast twitch muscles in terms of a golf swing. Best way to explain it would be to have a tee. So if I was to just pop the tee down there and I was to punch the tee, that's my big muscles. They're my slow twitch muscles. That's giving me the power, but the tee's gone 3 feet in front of me.
Right.
Well, if I do the same thing, but I flick it with my finger, they're my fast twitch muscles. That's going to create the speed and it's going to send it a lot further. In terms of my golf swing, the punch is going to come from the core, but the flick of the fingers is the speed of my arms coming through. And as I'm coming down into impact, I only got little arms. So you'll have to bear with me and hopefully the camera can pick this up. But your tricep there is going to be tightening and that's going to be straightening the arm as you're coming into impact. So that's delivering the speed into the club head and into the golf ball. So it's a combination of both. We need to work both. But this is why it's important that we also make sure that the fast twitch muscles are as strong as we can get them.
Absolutely. Okay.
See, good technique, and it's not a problem.
Shoulders are a problem, though.
Okay, and then the other one that I would do, which is the one that I prefer, I'm just going to reposition this cable and run it through there. And this one, this is the one that I prefer, where I would just, again, this is going to help me to work my lower back and my hamstrings a little bit. I would go that way and straighten. So that's my favorite one for working my triceps. For me, this is a little bit easier to isolate and just work my triceps. Whereas with the overheads, my shoulder isn't strong enough to create that stability and my shoulder wobbles around a little bit. So I end up using other muscles.
Right.
Whereas this one, I can really just isolate that tricep. This is why this one's my go-to. And again, I have my hands kind of in line with my thighs. I'm not trying to twist 90 degrees and go out that way, because that's going to increase and work my forearms. So
keep a neutral hand
position. Keep my neutral hand position and just going up and down. Really, really easy. But this is my preferred one. There we go. And as you get to the end again, you want to hold it for a second before you release it. So working all down there, but at the same time you're working the core. We just try and straighten those knees out a little bit, so now we're really stretching the hamstrings at the same time.
Work a multiple
working them all, but we're isolating the one that we need to for the exercise. Beautiful.
I like that.
Ready to start swinging?
Let's do it. Oh, you're just gonna pull it. Okay.
So, quick shout out, as I said, I don't have an affiliation with Body Boss Total Workout System, but it's been really good for me throughout COVID when all the gyms were shut down, and having the flexibility of actually bringing it with me to the range so that I can work with guys like Tyler on their strength and the stability. It comes with a great little guide as well with all different exercises. So if you're a little bit out of practice in going to the gym, it gives you a brief workout guide. It also gives you a couple of plans as well that you can use. You can find them online. Walmart sells it as well. I think it's $150 at Walmart. A couple of online stores also sell them. I found it to be really good. For me personally, obviously Tyler needs something that's got probably 3 or 4 different bands, but you can always buy extra bands to make sure that you're working and not just kind of going through the motions with it.
Right, absolutely.
Like swinging your arms through the air right now.
Yeah.
But it's a really good way of working on it. I know you also have your own exercises that kind of transition from football over into the world of long drive. Kyle Berkshire is a friend of yours as well.
He is, yes. Yep.
I think that's how you got started with the idea and concept of transitioning over.
Yep.
How did that all come about?
So we were playing in just a charity 4-ball event, and he happened to be one of the sponsored long drive guys, and he just finished, he just won the World Long Drive, and he had the TrackMan all set up, and he's hitting balls, and I step up and, you know, just swinging like I normally do, and I hit mine probably about 10 yards or even closer to that to his. And he approached me after, and he said, "Hey man, what do you do?" I told him I play football. He said, "Well, when you're done with football, you should really consider trying this long drive thing out." So I'm not done with football yet, but here we are trying it because, you know, I love golf and I love being out here.
Okay. And while you were talking with him, though, he said that he has a couple of favorite exercises that he likes to do.
Yeah, you know, we started talking about some workout stuff. He said that one of the best exercises you can do for long drive, for golf, to create power and speed, deadlifts. Along with what we just went over, all those exercises, deadlifts is one of the best you can do for lower body strength, rotation speed, everything.
All right, perfect. That's something I got to add to my regime. Okay, so take us through then what a deadlift is. Nice and simple.
So if you have access to a gym, it would be as simple. You grab a barbell, you put on whatever weight that you think that you would be able to handle. You would start at the bottom, make sure you would have great technique. You would squat into it, chest high, back nice and straight, and you just lift it from the floor, get a little contraction, squeeze the glutes, and then you would just drop back down. And you can usually do 3 to 5 sets, get 4 or 5 reps each time, adding a little bit more weight as you get comfortable. But yeah, it's a great exercise for strength. And if you can't do that, if you have some dumbbells at home, you can do suitcase dumbbells where they're on the ground. You sit down, you squat, you pick them up, and you go back down, you drop them, grab them, pick them up. You can do that with anything in your house that weighs a pretty good amount, I guess.
So 2 suitcases in itself.
Yeah.
A couple of backpacks.
Called suitcase squats. So there you go.
Perfect. All right. Tyler, thanks very much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure working with you.
Absolutely, thanks
We've
for
got a
having
few
me.
things there to work on. Obviously, the exercises there. The people at home can start off with the light weights and the easy gym work. You're going to, obviously, as an athlete, going to push it to the extreme and use, you know, 4 or 5 exercise bands to build up that strength, or the heavier weights.
Yep.
Because you know, not a normal sized human being.
For sure, for sure.
But I really appreciate you coming down and working with me today. And we'll see where we're at.
Absolutely. You know, I appreciate you taking your time, coming out here and helping me on this hot Virginia day. It's an eye-opening experience. You know, the respect for the guys that are doing this. I mean, your conditioning has to be top-notch. Technique has to be top-notch. Not anybody can just go out and do it. I mean, anybody can swing hard, but...
So if you can build on this a little bit, and we'll come back in a week's time, and we'll see where we're at.
Absolutely.
We'll start polishing it up a little bit.
For sure. I really appreciate, you know, you helping me.
That's my pleasure.
We got some work to do, and you know, hopefully I'll get to see Kyle out there soon and get to compete against him.
All being well.
Yeah.
We'll get you there soon enough.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thank
Simon.
you.